Hello, this is DarkElf85 on YouTube, or HektontheMage on PSN, and welcome back to Shadowrun, Hong Kong Extended Edition. I hope everyone is doing okay. I'm okay. I finally went in today to get another shot for my arm. Or to start up again, maybe, the process. Let's just say after last week through this, I was like, okay, I should have gone Monday, and then I'm like, meh, I'll delay. Okay, I have to go on Friday, otherwise, I mean, I could bear it, but it hurts. Let's just say. So I got a shot. It was only one shot this time, and I didn't get any medicine, which I was kind of shocked about. I don't know if it's because I had to see the other doctor, because the doctor I normally saw, he's on vacation for like a week, basically. So had I gone on Monday, I would have seen him. But yeah. So not sure if I need to come back in like next week after, probably, but it'll depend. Yeah. Alright, so we were here. Apparently we need to go over here. Wow, this area is huge. First things first, we're gonna go looking around. Apparently you can't walk underneath here because there's a hitbox that says, no. We're not that realistic. That's ridiculous. Just gonna point that out there. Same as I can't walk underneath stairs. Also, all of a sudden it was quiet, so I'm gonna turn it up by one pellet. Or volume level, whatever. Walk over here. Oh, this background music's depressing sounding. Just saying. So where do they all go? Where is the ship? It must be over there someplace. The Defiance. Actually, I am confused. Wow, wait, that's an interior? Dang, this place is huge. Okay, I don't know where the ship is, but... Sure. Let's go interior. What's in here? Engine room, gotcha. Okay. Captain Utama. A withered troll with a relaxed posture and a commanding presence dominates the cabin. Her face is serious, but her dual-colored eyes glint with curiosity as she runs them over you. It is my honor to introduce you to Captain Utama, our most gracious and benevolent host. Jomo bows deeply, probably a little bit more deeply than you normally would. My captain, I thank you for your generous hospitality. I remain your humble servant and offer my deepest respect. She steps forward and places a gnarled hand on Jomo's shoulder. Straighten your damn back, Jomo. Pay your respects if you must, but I have no use for men who bow and scrape. Jomo's back snaps straight, and he hurriedly retreats to his original position. He's like, God damn it, she won't accept my posturing. His smile remains as relaxed as ever, but you can't help but notice the bead of perspiration that traces its way down his forehead. Yep, Oh, he's hosed. The captain shifts her gaze to you, studying your face through eyes the color of dirty ice. A smile slowly creeps across her face, twisting the scar across her lips into a second grin. I will say... Is it the one on the left part of her face? As for you, Shadowrunner, you are welcome aboard the Benteng. Mind my rules and you may stay here as long as you wish. No offense, but you're a pirate. Why are you being so... Well, I mean, we have Captain Kilmore. We appreciate your hospitality, Captain Utama. You're doing us a tremendous favor. The troll's scarred lips twitch upward in amusement. I do not favor, boy. I do you no favor, boy. My hospitality was bought and paid for, not given. Look to your friend. She wrote the check. Oh. Oh. No wonder. Savor the moment, Lore. You're looking at the end result of me calling in the very last of my favors with corporate. The scarred troll's smile broadens. My hospitality's not given, Shadowrunner. It is rented. Now, before you get settled in, there is a small matter that we must discuss. I'm listening. She rests her hands on her hips. This is my ship. Your friend here has paid your passage, yes. But if you prove to be a... I thought that's a duplicative. I don't know what I'm going. But if you prove to be a disruptive presence on this vessel, I will not hesitate to have you tossed overboard. Unless you relish the idea of swimming with awakened sharks and active minds, you will mind your manners during your stay. Don't worry, I'll stay out of your sailor's hair. I certainly hope so. You wouldn't be the first guest that I've had to put over the side. All the splashing, the screaming, it's quite distracting to the men working on deck. Awkward. They won't make a peep, Captain Utama. I promise. This is going to be home for the foreseeable future, Lord. We've got nowhere else to go, and I'm fresh out of strings to pull. We get Mitsuhama something that they can use, something irrefutable, or we resign ourselves to live on the open sea. I've always wanted to be a pirate, and then we find them something that they can use. That's right, we do. And we start with Lom's PDA. Meet me at my command trailer. We're gonna crack that thing, and we're going to find some answers. What else do you say, ma'am? The captain's warehouse is surprisingly warm, despite its coldly utilitarian interior. It doesn't really look utilitarian. I mean, you could say that, I guess. All I'm seeing is kind of industrial. That's what I'm feeling. Or not really tech. I mean, there's tech, obviously, but just, you know, mechanical. Sounds of the sea breeze outside roll over the cabin, and a soft whistle hums through the cluttered room. You find Utama standing near a makeshift wet bar. Crates and tool chests loaded full of liquor bottles, all piled onto a coffee table that sags under their weight. The captain swirls a clear yellow-tinted liquored. What's liquored? Well, liquored up, maybe. Well, liquored. Anyway, liquid. I think my instance has got into my head, folks. Okay. Around the interior of a thick glass. You watch her grab a pinch of what looks like salt from a small open dish, then carefully sprinkle it into the cup. Her voice is hard when she addresses you, but her eyes remain locked on the drink, which she continues to swish around in ever-tightening circles. Getting acquainted with the Benteng, are we? She holds the glass up to her nose and inhales. Satisfied, she takes a sip. Her eyes flash toward you. Good. I hate drinking alone. Oh, there we go. Yeah. She motions toward the wet bar with her elbow. Water? How about you're having? A bemused grin graces the captain's scarred face. Oh? Are you sure? No questions asked? I don't like the way you just said that. Just what are you drinking? Utama wraps her feet across her chest and lets out a disappointed huff. Damn, thought I could have a little fun with you. It's guava juice. Not that concentrated swill from the convenience store. This is real, squeezed at an orchard in the Yunlong district. No chemicals, no preservatives, just fruit. She takes a slow sip of her drink. With a smack of her lips, she tilts her head toward you and stares at you through now I'm saying dull. Jeez, dual-colored eyes. So, what brings you here? Something on your mind, Shadowrunner? I noticed a small saucer of powder over the wet bar. What is it? Oh. God damn it. I just quickly glanced at her line of dialogue there. Utama sniffs loudly through her nose, studies you for a moment before replying. What do you think it is? Oh. Okay, it can't be that, because why would you put it in your drink? Well, no, cocaine was in Coca-Cola. I don't know. Saw you sprinkle it into your drink, though. Ah. She rubs a hand along the back of her neck. I've spent a better part of my life on the open ocean. I wasn't expecting double O's there. They say that when you first start sailing, you have to earn your sea legs. Otherwise, the rolling sickness will get you. I never did that. Never had to. I had my sea legs from the first time I ever set foot on a boat. Didn't realize that it could catch up to you, though. Seems that as I get older, my stomach rolls with the waves more and more. What, is it like sickness medication? She points toward the powder in the saucer. Yeah, it is. It is. Okay. Yeah. It's an anti-emetic, right? Yeah. It's an anti-emetic. Keeps me from turning green on the job. You ever find yourself in need of some, you help yourself to my stash, but don't overdo it. A little goes a long way. This seems kind of rude to point out, because what does it matter? But we're gonna. I mean, well, it kind of matters depending upon who you talk to, but I don't like the point of it indicating female there. I mean, but if the game is going to be kind of realistic about it, I could see it. But they could also be like, what the fuck? Okay, what's it like to be a female pirate? Okay, they're just doing it. They're literally, yeah, okay. Got its up, got its downs. Many sailing men, captains and crews alike, view female seafarers with a critical eye. We're always at a disadvantage. The glare has even landed on me from time to time. Never mind the fact that I'm one of the best damned sea captains ever to grace the ports of this sorry planet. I have to make a display of my power before I'm assumed to have it. On the other hand, and in that same vein, we're often underestimated. This can work to our advantage. I'll never demean myself to gain the upper hand, but I will use a man's idiocy against him to my own benefit. There's no shame in that. No, there is not. The captain flicks a piece of lint off of her shirt. At the end of the day, I wouldn't change things. It's a good life, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. Never mind, gotta go. That's a weird dialogue to say. You were waiting for me? Don't listen up when I'm talking to someone, that's rude. Oh, hey. Andrei Luklanov. Racks of medical supplies and cybernetic components line the walls of this room. Across from the doorway, heavy-duty instruments are crammed together to conserve as much space as possible. Many of them look neglected, with a fine layer of dust and grime coating every raised surface. Other implements have clearly seen such regular use that they appear polished from all the handling. A man stands toward the left side of the room. He wears a fitted, high-collared coat that looks like it gives him a lot of movement room and flexibility in his arms. A virtual retinal display hangs over his right eye, highlighting it in yellow. He greets you with a nod and a quick smile. Welcome. Let's see if we remember that. He studies your face. You're new around here, I take it? Without waiting for an answer, he continues. The name's Andre. And I'm in the ware business. I've got a large inventory if you're interested in buying. Show me your medical supply, except you have, I guess hardware can be medical. Medical, cyberware, I'm more interested in answers. You have a minute? No. Andre's eyes narrow. He takes a half step back, a cautious look on his face. Yes? What kind of answers? Who are you? Police, freeze! It's not a good one. Relax, man. I'm just new to this whole pirating thing, and I'd like to ask you about it. Probably not who you think I am. I'm a shadowrunner, interested in the Benteng's crew, that's all. Name's Laura. I thought maybe you and I could talk about what you do here. Seems like a strange place to set up shop. The middle one. The man visibly relaxes. He breathes out through his mouth and finishes the gesture with a smile. Sorry about that. Those who roll with pirates often have long histories of their own. As a runner, I'm sure you're all familiar with that fact. I meant no offense. None taken, friend. Didn't mean to rile you up. He runs a hand behind his neck, carefully considering his next words. Slowly, he responds. No, it's not your fault. I've been too jumpy lately. Being on this boat around all these people has been stressful. It's great for business, mind you, but not for my peace of mind. I've got a few Nope, that is not conditions. I've got a few creditors after my ass, and they've made my life hell for years now. Really? They're gonna find you on a pirate ship. Literally, a pirate ship. Really? I've got nothing but time. All these setups are not that great. I've got nothing but time, man. If you want to talk about it, I'll be happy to listen. In more ways than one. Okay. All right. Why not? The Joho Loa appear to be solid gold. Appear to be sold on the value of you Shadowrunners. They must have information that I don't. But if they trust you, then I suppose that's all I need. What all Dark needs is a sip of water. More like a swig. Actually, he also needs to pop up another incense stick. When I went grocery shopping Thursday, I should have bought more incense. The nice kind that I get from India. I mean, they stopped selling incense at like Daiso, which sucks. I mean, they have like the one kind of incense, but not the ones with sticks, you know. I want it on a stick. I don't want pure incense because I don't have the type. I'm not using the type of thing that you can just. I don't have the type that you can just burn in a bowl or whatever. Like literally, you have the stick to prop it up. Burn, burn, burn. Okay. Wait. Uh-oh, that's not good enough. I blew it off too soon. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna figure out how to. There we go. Okay. Let's see. He grabs his bearded chin. Slightly bearded, but bearded chin. I guess it's a beard. Bearded chin. And his eyes sink to the floor in thought. Well, where to begin? I was a physician back in Russia. Well, not doing that accent. I should have, well, never mind. Worked in a trauma ward. It was an emotionally grueling profession. One thing led to another, and it wasn't long before I found myself hooked on BTL chips. That's where the debt comes in. A lot of debt. So much that there was no way I could pay it all back in my lifetime. Given my options, I decided that a do-over was in order, so I left my old life behind. Well, I tried to, at any rate. It seems that no matter where I went, my creditors were always right on my tail. All the way up until I fled to Indonesia. He smiles weakly. There I met the glorious Captain Utama and her sailors. The rest is history. There's no way that this bunch let you on board for free. What was the catch? What did your recruitment here end up costing you? You're a sharp one. Nothing comes free, eh? The price of my asylum here was 10 years of indentured service as the Benteng's on-board cyber surgeon. At the time, I thought the deal manageable, but my continuing habit has since driven those 10 years of service up to 30. Wow, buddy. Wow. Truth is, I may die before I ever repay the captain, but let me tell you, indentured service among the Loho Jowa beats the hell out of being a debtor back in the motherland. He looks contently around the medical bay. I've got more here than I could ever have hoped for in my own old life. Well, and besides, then they know that they have a surgeon, doctor, for a very long time on their ship. And how are you getting along with the pirates? That was generous of them. Probably causes this crew a lot more trouble than you think. Avoiding debtors is no small task in this day and age. Lucky, you said you sell. I don't do silverware. Let's do the top one. I've gotten used to them, and they've gotten used to me. They can be real slave drivers at times, but at their core, they're decent people. They may have laid claim to me for the rest of my natural life, but at least they wouldn't work a man to death. How old are you? Because it looks like you have blonde. I mean, yes, you don't have hair on the top, but you're still blonde. I don't know. That's a confusing thing, because in Korea, you can be in your 40s. Well, I don't know how many people might be doing hair transplants, but you could be in your 40s and still have a full set of hair. So, and still be dark, mind you. So I don't know. Let's see. For better or for... Oh, wait. Yeah, like, but at least they wouldn't work a man to death. He chuckles. Well, not quickly anyway. Okay. For better or worse, it sounds like things worked out. Like you said, it could be worse. I'm glad it's not. The opportunity to start fresh is rare. You should count yourself lucky. Let's do the middle one. I try to remind myself of that as often as I can. I have a lot to be grateful for, even if it doesn't always feel like it. He snaps out of his nostalgia and stands up straight. His tone becomes businesslike again. Anyway, is there something that I can get you while you're here? Show me your medical supplies. He has a refresh. Why do you? Well, I guess because they have. No, I don't understand why these dark wagons not after this dark wagon. That makes no logical sense to me, and it bothers me. But they are restocked with everything. Actually, what are my items? Oh shit, I forgot I got more guns. Ha 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 ha. Stash. Oh yeah, I forgot all that shit. Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 3 dark wagons. 3, okay, no, 3 high level. 1, 2, 4 of those. Wait. Exclusive medkit? Okay, okay, heals 5. What the 50? What's the difference between that and the... Oh, the premium is 3. Or 30, not 3. 30. Interesting. That's good to know. Because, it looks exactly the same. I wish that said a 4, you know? Anywho. Got all those drugs. I'm tempted to sell them, to be quite honest. Maybe later. See ya. Okay, go outside, dude. Stop waiting for me. Where's the ship, to be quite honest? I don't understand where the ship is. Cooking woman. A woman in an armored trench coat hunches over a smoking grill. Her assault rifle leaned up against a nearby crate. She prods at an assortment of rapidly blackening fish, eel, squid, and other sea life, all the while fixing them with a critical glare. She glances up and squints. I was really confused. Like squid ink? And squints as you approach. Huh, you're not a prisoner, and you don't look like a pirate. And this sure as hell ain't a standard tourist destination. Welcome to the Benteng, whoever you are. It's the finest pirate barge in at least a 50-mile radius. You don't look much like a pirate either. I'm not. I'm a mercenary. The name's Chastity Blackwell. The Droho Loa are letting me stay here between jobs because I've done some work for them in the past. I don't get shot at out here, and I have potential clients come to visit Utama. It's a better deal than I'd usually get. Chastity Blackwell. I don't think she's someone with me. Also, I didn't tell her my name. I was expecting that to be here since she said it, but I guess you were supposed to say it first. So why are you cooking all this fish? Because Utama cooks, if you can call them that. Other than that, are goddamned atrocious. I've eaten prison food in Ulaanbaatar. Where is that? That sounds familiar. Is that in the Middle East? I don't really know offhand. That tasted better. Word to the wise, unless you want to eat sludge that looks like it was poured from a septic tank, you're gonna have to cook your own meals out here. Trust me, it's worth it. What's with all these cooking questions? Seriously. What do you know about the Johor Loa? Quite a bit. They're pirates, they live around Hong Kong, and Jomo is only slightly crazier than most of them. What else is there to know? Sorry. I assumed you were interested in something particular? How'd they get started? They were Filipino refugees, mostly. Two clans, the Johor and Loa, resisted the Japanese occupation of the Philippines. Some joined the Huk rebels, but most decided to join the Hakka fishing communities around Hong Kong. Over the years, they intermarried, at first with each other, and then with the Chinese, Indonesians, and Malaysians as well. Oh, so it's... okay. The whole venture is pretty much a family affair. Each ship tends to be run along family lines. The captain is the family elder, backed up by their spouse as first mate. The eldest child, sometimes sibling, is the bosun, and kids are the deckhands. It seems to work out well. It's basically just a family business, and the fleets of ships are extended family. So I wonder if Jomo is... He's a troll, right? I don't think he's... No, he's an orc. So I'm curious where he falls in with Utama. Chastity gestures towards the expanse of the Benteng, smiling crookedly. Because of that, they're united but independent. Take the Benteng, for example. It isn't just Utama's ship. It's her family, her house, her business, and her legacy to pass on to her children. That's part of why they don't like to stand. That's why they don't like stand-up fights as much as they do hit-and-run jobs. Nobody wants to get their family killed. Where do they operate? They'll go anywhere in the South China Sea. I've heard stories that they get as far as Hangzhou sometimes. I'm mispronouncing that. And make runs down to Darwin if the cargo's right. Darwin? Wait. Which Darwin are we talking about? Because when I'm thinking Darwin, I'm thinking in Australia. But I believe they mentioned a Darwin in Hong Kong. But I'm thinking it's Australia. Anyway, but in terms of home base, it's been in Sai Kung for over... That's totally wrong. For over 10 years. They're 100% Hong Kong natives, even if some of the locals don't seem to think so. Wait, how far-reaching is Japan? Dear Lord, Japan took over the other parts of Asia. Oh, gosh. Wasn't China? Or North Korea? Chastity grins crookedly. I guess that's part of why I like them so much. They're the kind of mixed-up multinational family that makes the modern world so interesting. Their only nation is their fleet, and their language a mix-up of Indonesian, Cantonese, Tagalog, Malay, Spanish, and English. They're beholden to no one but themselves. That's an admirable thing in this day and age. What's a pirate like life? Pirate life like? Pirate like life? Chastity frowns, glancing at you in a sidelong fashion. Why are you asking me and not Jomo? You know him better than you know me, and I only know what I see from the outside. I mean, I guess you know. I guess that I know more about them than most people. She sighs and shrugs. Okay, well, I guess the first thing to know is that it isn't as glamorous as they make it out to be. Most of the Joho Loa ships are living hand to mouth. They don't have any savings, and they can wind up stranded if something breaks down at sea. It's mostly a lot of sailing around, bribing harbor masters to find out what ships are carrying the good stuff, and then running off to steal it all. Some pirates show up with big guns. This family would rather do it with a fast hit and run. Sure, they've got big guns, but they'll only use them as a last resort. Ammo costs money, you know. Let's talk about something else. Why hang out on a boat rather than a safe house? I like boats. I like sailors. Sudi shrugs. I spent a lot of time as hired muscle on everything from drone container ships to small smuggling vessels. Most of those small boats were in the Aegean, though I don't know where that is. Quick runs between small islands. Shit, I remember this one time. Chastity suddenly starts snickering to herself. The snicker becomes a chuckle, and the chuckle eventually turns to a roaring laugh as she doubles over, clutching her sides. Oh, okay. Hey, come on, the Greeks aren't that funny. Chastity begins coughing in an effort to catch her breath. Sorry, She gestures excitedly toward the grill with one hand. The fish! Finally pulling herself together, the mercenary stands up and takes a long, deep breath, wiping a tear from her eye. She launches into a story. Okay, so this one time I was out on a fishing boat, but the skipper was actually running guns and missiles to Bari, right? Don't know what that is either. Not much danger out there aside from other gun runners and pirates, so we were taking it slow. A nice warm summer cruise. I'd been amusing myself by fishing while I kept watch. I got a tug on my line and I wheeled in this amazing gilt-head sea bream. It was beautiful and a good 10 kilos. She stares off into the distance, shaking her head in disbelief. I knew right then that it's what we were having for dinner that night. That's a hell of a big fish. 10 kilos is a lot. That's a lot of meat. One of the other mercs on the boat was this elf pistol adept. Fastidious guy. Liked his fine wine and food. Anyway, he sidles up, asks what I'm gonna do with it. What do you think I'm gonna do? I say. I'm gonna grill it up with some olive oil, lemons, and garlic. You know, standard Greek style stuff. Well, the elf gets a look like I slapped his mother. He just screws his face up into a sneer and asks what the hell is wrong with me. I ask him how he'd do it. You have to poach a fish like that. Lay down a bead of pilaf rice, zucchini, a bead, bell peppers and onions. You cook it slow in foil with a touch of wine. Only a barbarian would grill it, he says to me. Chastity dips her head, grinning. That wasn't something I was prepared to hear. I explained to him that to preserve the fish's natural flavor, grilling was a superior choice. I might have suggested that he had delusions of aristocracy. He counted that his method would create a superior flavor profile overall, as well as be a complete meal, and questioned if my mother had been a goat and my father a chimpanzee. What the fudge? That went on until he had his cold manhunter's barrel halfway into my mouth and my combat knife was pressed against his trachea. What the fudge? We would have kept up our argument too if the first mate hadn't doused us with a fire hose. Jesse grins at you expectantly. Who do you think would have won? No. How'd you end up cooking it? We didn't. When we got blasted by the fire hose, the fish got washed through a scooper, and back out into the sea. Oh, that's depressing. I think we ended up having spam and eggs instead. Wait, no. Well, I guess it's supposed to be realistic, so spam is a real thing. It's not some made-up term. Why doesn't Utama have a better cook? Going back to cooking. Honestly, I don't know. A good cook will make or break morale. Anybody who's ever served on a ship knows that. I can only assume that Rinaldi is really good at something else. From what I hear, he used to be a targeting officer on a rebel Hook missile cruiser. Maybe he's the guy that set up the Benteng's defense perimeter. I'm not sure. Still, you'd think that a bunch of damn Filipino and Indonesian pirates would stock a half-decent spice cabinet. But no, it's all pre-packaged spice mixes, mostly scrounged from instant noodle packages. High in salt content. Well, that's probably mostly the noodles, but high in whatever other preservative crap. Yeah, I'd have killed for some sambal ulek a month ago. Blah, blah. After Rinaldi tried to make some bebek gorenge, nope, using fast food chili packets, they finally let me go ashore for supplies. How'd you get into cooking? Are you kidding me? Chastity smirks, folding her arms over her chest. After a minute, her smirk fades. Oh, you're serious? Okay, so basically there are 3 types of mercenaries. She lifts a hand and starts counting off on her fingers. The first type are the ones who work for big outfits like MET2000, that's a comma, Brightblade, Tsunami, or whatever. They're not much different from corporate armies in a lot of ways. They've got tons of support and finances, so everywhere they go, they build bases with mess halls, barracks, the works. Second, you've got small units that sign up with well-established clients. They don't work for a big PMC, private military company, but maybe they've got a team of 50 or so. They get contracts from reasonably lucrative clients. A lot of work in Africa from corporations or urban convoy duty in areas that are still a bit iffy. Places like Caracas, Vladivostok, Lagos, whatever. These units rough it a bit more, but they're usually attached to larger groups as extra muscle. Then you've got people like me, true freelancers, cowboys. We fill out the gaps in larger units, but we can never tell how big of a group we'll be with. Sometimes a corporation needs some soldiers garrisoned at some mine, and they round up 10 of us and throw us out in the field with nothing but what we've brought with us. Unless you have some kind of unhealthy love for field rations, not rations, why did I say rations? Mulayo. You learn to cook whatever you've got around, or you make friends with someone who does. See you. No, but seriously, where's the goddamn ship? I don't know where it is. Who's this? Friendly orc. with a portrait. With an easy smile. Is that a smile? I don't think the portrait shows an easy smile. A relaxed body language. Something about this orc seems intrinsically pleasant despite the myriad guns and swords laying on the table near him. He raises a hand in greeting as you approach. Oh, these people be also people who would run with me then if I chose to? Hey, stranger. Always nice to see a new face out here. Nice to meet you too. You part of the crew? Who, me? Nah, man. I'm just hanging out here until my next job. I know some of the crew, but it's a good transit hub if you're looking to go places by ship and stay off the official records. Okay, but my question to you is, how do you go to and from? You have to have a pirate shipping you because there's fucking landmines everywhere. Not landmines. Mines, because we're on water. Dark. Derp, derp, derp. Water mines? I don't know. Sea mines? Whatever. Mines. Let's see here. If you're looking the official records. It's a pretty cool place, truth be told. The name's Garrick, by the way. Wandering swordsman at your service. They said that you had guns. Swords. Well, I guess modern swordsmen would have guns. I don't really know. Does being a wandering swordsman pay well? Let's do the bomb one. What kind of swordsmanship do you practice? A couple of styles. My first was Choi Li Foot. No, that does not sound right. But I picked up some Tai Ji Jian too. Garrick gestures toward a broad-bladed sword laying on the table near him. I'm a fan of the Dao over the thinner Jian. The weight feels better in my hand than that tiny blade. Orc hands and all that. Where are you from? Garrick doesn't sound like a Chinese name. No. How'd you get into the whole wandering swordsman thing? It seems a bit melodramatic. How'd you end up in Hong Kong? Garrick snaps his fingers excitedly. Aha! This ties into my tragic past. A tale of revenge in foreign lands, swords and sorcery, of dead parents in the criminal underworld. Awfully excited about a terrible event. Let's see the top one. Well, what do you expect? It happened when I was a kid, and that was ages ago. I lived in a slum surrounded by gangsters and junkies. Objectively speaking, it was probably the best thing that happened to me. It got me out of Oakland. Oh, God, you're from California. Isn't that in California? Right? Well, or whatever California is called. It's not California, obviously. Then again, I'm from a slum, so I guess I shouldn't be complaining. Originally. That is. I'd gone to the corner store, and when I got back home, my home was on fire. Mom and Dad had been hacked up with a machete. Don't know why. Maybe a BTL dead. Maybe they just got on the wrong side of one of the local gangs. Long story short, a local fixer felt bad and took me in. Started me off as an assistant and moved me up to his muscle as I got older. Sounds like a familiar story to me. Figured it might. People like us, we tend to come from the same kind of places. Nobody gives up easy street for a life of crime unless they're seriously screwed up in the head. But it's a better life than begging or being at the bottom of the food chain, yeah? Anyway, once I was old enough, Big Sven, the fixer, hooked me up with my Troy Lee Foot, Shifu. That was when I got my first street chops. Odd jobs here and there, and I'm not an adept, so I also had to scrounge. There we go. I also had to scrounge to install whatever where I could afford. I'm out here because my Shifu figured it's time for me to learn from other masters. I've been visiting monks, triads, enforcers, and back alley schools for months now. We said Oakland, but we're still going with the top one. I grew up on the street in street in Oakland, California, Free State. You know, Orkland? Really? Most of them are orcs? Or is he just making a horrible pun? Garrick gestures towards his two tusks, grinning. Non-humans weren't very welcome in San Francisco after Japan began protecting it. Yeah, geez, Japan took over a lot of places. Anybody who wasn't highly connected or a normal human got shoved out. I'm sure you've run into somebody with an axe to grind against elves at some point in your life. I don't know anything about elves. Cover my pointed ears and look more human. Think of that. But make it the law. Now, imagine that the thugs who are getting up in your face think you're a monster that's going to kill their kids. I thought California was... No. See, Washington was part of the native-run nation. First Nation, I think, or something. I forget the name of it. I forget! Even though we played the first game so many months ago. Has it been a year yet? I don't really know. But yeah. Let's see. Now imagine that the thugs who are getting up in your face think you're a monster that's going to kill their kids. Long story short, they marched us out at gunpoint. Happened right before I was born, but I heard a lot of stories. What's the California Free States like these days? Kind of a pile of crap. San Francisco's all wrapped up by the Japanese megas. They're a playground, basically. Los Angeles is an independent city-state. When your biggest claims to power and fame are Sacramento and Ventura, you know you're really scraping the barrel. How is Los Angeles still around? That's what I want to know. Nah, I don't miss it. Not one bit. Are you looking to avenge your parents? I guess. It comes up, or if I hear something. If it comes up or I hear something. Seems like the kind of thing I should be honor-bound to do, but it was so damn long ago, I figure I can afford to let it sit a bit longer. Garrick shrugs, spreading his arms helplessly. Maybe that's kind of weird, but I don't want that part of my past to define me. How'd you get into the whole wandering swordsman thing? Seems a bit melodramatic. I grew up on stories about wandering Jianggu swordsmen and other martial artists. I loved reading books like The Water Margin, The Deer in the Cauldron, and Journey to the West. There's a kind of romance to it that appealed to me. I, for some reason, thought that said appropriated. I don't ask why. Dark is tired. Appealed to me, not appropriated to me. It still does. Also, that doesn't make any sense. Appropriated to me. An outlaw living by their own code, fighting the mighty powers, and living by their own wits. It beats the usual story I knew. Born poor, starve, die poor. Garrick gestures off toward the distance. Most people out there haven't got a shred of hope that there's anything better. When you live like that, it grinds you down. I figure if I can see my life as a modern version of one of those classics, I'll keep my spirits up. And that's worth more to me than all the new yen in the world. You're a Shadowrunner, though, basically, right? So your description is accurate. I guess both are accurate, depending on what end you are on the Shadowrunning spectrum, I guess. See you later, Garrick. Hope you find what you're looking for. Hey, thanks. If it happens, it happens. If not, at least I'll have an interesting trip. That's the thing, really. Be where you are, live where you are. Make sense? Very zen, Garrick. Wait, you're still alive? Interesting. Okay, where's the goddamn ship? That's what I want to know. Oh, Defiance. Okay. There's a little tunnel thing here. What else is here? A pirate. Arg. Oh my gosh, there's so many people to talk to. OMG. Okay. Constable Huey. The constable's attention is locked onto his PDA's display. He inhales through his nose, then speaks. What? Just because I'm standing here doesn't mean I'm not busy. He shrugs, his tattoos moving with the rise and fall of his shoulders. State your business. Nice neck tattoo. Were you a ganger before you became a cop? Yeah, I got jumped in when I was a kid. My own neighborhood, it wasn't impossible not to be. I got out when I was a teenager. Turned my life around. When I landed in the HKPF, they put my background to good use by sending me undercover. You were a narc? Yep. I worked undercover for a couple of Kowloon City's nastier street gangs, the Black Butchers and the 444s. Helped to bring them down from the inside. Glad to be off that detail. I was good at it, but doing that sort of work takes a toll. What do you do when you're not being a cop? What do I do? You mean like my hobbies? That's kind of strange to ask. A strange thing to ask. Just humor me, I'm curious. He shrugs. Sure. Okay. I paint. Mostly landscapes. I've had a few showings in Victoria Harbor coffee shops. Can we change the subject, maybe? This is getting a little too personal for my tastes. So how do you wind up on this task force? Also, oil paintings, huh? My cover got blown. Barely made it out of 444 territory alive. Couldn't stay undercover any longer, so they had to find another use for me. When Lam told me about the task force, I volunteered. Have to go. He waves you away. Go on, then. Okay, so it's not who I thought it was. And somehow you survived and you made it here. Interesting. Sergeant Moon. Sergeant takes a long drag on her cigarette before meeting her gaze. She looks preoccupied with something. So, here you are. She closes her eyes and allows the smoke to spill from her lips. When she opens them again, they're on you. What brings you to my corner of the yard, runner? Wait, are you the one... No. Okay. Got a few questions on my mind. I got a few things on my mind. I figured that you might be able to shed some light on some of them. Now that the shock's worn off, you've got questions, huh? She taps her cigarette, spilling ash to the ground. All right, tell me what you want to know. So how did you wind up with this gig? Things were getting stale back in the office. She grabs her nose and gives it a short rub, sniffs. Actually, they've been stale for a few years. I need it out. One of out of that lifeless recycled air, the constant sound of typing fingers, and the suffocating stench of cologne. She looks like she might gag. I could smell my old boss coming from down the hall. Can't blame you then. It's been a real relief to get away from that. Being stationed by the docks has had its drawbacks too, but I'd still call it worlds better than the alternative. Wait. Well, I guess we were at a harbor originally. Okay, I was like, did they just bring them over, or is literally the pirates are in the harbor area? I'm really confused with some of this description. What do you do when you're not being a cop? It's hard to clock out once you've gotten your badge. A lot of rookies don't realize that it's a 24/7 lifestyle, and the better you get, the more it engulfs you. Loon taps a cigarette. A small clump of glowing ash hits the ground. It's like a radar that won't turn off, or a sixth sense, or whatever. She rolls the small pack between her fingers. Except I don't get to use the sixth sense all the time. Only certain keypads can be sensed with the sixth sense. What the fuck? That makes no sense. Point is, I don't get any free time. None? I don't believe it. Even I can find time to take it easy. Good for you. Alright. Then what would you do if you did have free time? The sergeant lets out a single short laugh, but looks unamused. She raises her hands in a shrug. I'm doing what I want to be doing. Don't misunderstand that. But if my schedule allowed me a moment or two to myself, I'd do what I assume is the usual. Binge watch some Sims, go out to eat, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'd have a dog, or a cat. Yeah, a cat. Not a gerbil. Easier. Oh, no, a gerbil. Sorry, I misread that. Easier. Now you're just messing with me. Her mouth curls into a smug smile. Maybe. Have to go. She nods back to it. Pirate. A bored-looking pirate I need a drink. Can't believe I'm spending an hour and it's just reading dialogue. But it's Shadowrun! A bored-looking pirate stands amid a collection of sea mines. Sea mines! Okay. A spiral-bound and laminated manual in one hand. The cover reads, Ares MK62 Naval Mine. He's busily thumbing through it, a sour expression on his face. Are you really... What? Oh, it's the sexy elven pirate dude who doesn't look like he has blue hair on his model. I forgot what voice I gave him. Hey, you need something? Trying to sound cool. Quaff. The pirate tosses the manual onto the ground near him. Do you really need a manual for sea mines? It doesn't inspire confidence. Excuse me. What are you working on? Attaching detonators to these mines. The primary charges are already installed, but nothing's hooked up to the magnetometers. Magnetometers. Wouldn't do much good if wouldn't do much good in the water if they didn't explode, you know? Excuse me. The pirate jerks a thumb toward the mines. The only reason that the Benteng and our other ships are safe is that we've got enough explosives to level a small island. Without them, we'd be fighting off other pirates left and right. Mines are the pirate code for don't even think about it. got a name? Call me Tug. No, Tug? Tug? Tug. 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 I don't know. Call me Tug. Not my real name, obviously. But that shouldn't be a surprise. You? You don't need to know my name. Name's Insu. Nice to meet you. You can call me Laura. Tung nods in satisfaction. A good name, I think. Nice to meet you. Why are you on mine prep duty? Simple. I spent 20 years with the... Oh, he's even better because he's British. Okay. Well, he doesn't necessarily have to be British. But we're going to go with that because I want to think that. But I'm not doing a British accent. Although maybe I will now. A horrible British accent. Now, simple. I spent 20 years with the British Royal Navy as an explosive ordnance disposal technician. If it explodes, I know how to set it up or get rid of it. That was a comma, even though for some reason I thought that was a period. I wouldn't trust anyone else out here to handle them. That's for damn sure. Nobody else is trained. Let's see, how'd you end up being a pirate? Happenstance, mostly. You know what being an EOD tech teaches you to do in the real world? I don't know. I forgot what EOD stood for. Explosive. Yep, nope. Absolutely nothing. There's not a lot of call for bomb disposal outside of the police. And after my tour of duty was up in the Navy, I'd had enough of following orders. Okay. After 12 years with Her Majesty's salty service, my main aim was to get drunk and forget all about being a sailor. I packed my kit and went out around the world. Ended up in Dark. Ended up in Manila, half dead of alcoholism. I met a local girl named Christina. It got serious. She introduced me to her family, and it turned out they were pirates. After we got married, I figured I might as well make myself useful. So here we are, priming minds. The more things change, the more they stay the same, right? Ah, the handsome dude is married. You like it here? Like has nothing to do with it. These pirates are my family, so I gotta stick by them. But yeah, I guess I do. I'd rather be on a beach with a bottle of whiskey, but I can sail to a beach, and we've got whiskey in the hold. Nobody's asking me to get shot at, and we're prosperous enough to feed ourselves. It's not a bad life, all things considered. Besides, I don't know how to do anything else aside from set up and disarm explosives. Not exactly a normal job. What would you do? What would you give up if you could have a normal life? I don't know. Maybe... Wait, what? Why is maybe a... I don't know. Maybe... I guess if that was like ellipses and a question mark, but anyway, hard to say. It's like this. I've spent so long as a sailor that I don't know what I'd do if I wasn't on a boat, surrounded by bombs. Hold on. Are his eyelids blue? His eyelids are blue too. What the fuck? Okay, so he dyed his hair and eyebrows, but not his beard or mustache. Interesting. Kind of messed up when I say it out loud, but that's the truth of it. See you later. Same to you. Stay safe. Pow, pow, pow. Triple Alpha. What the fuck? Sorry. A powerfully built woman stands by one of the huge guns, smoking a cigarette. It's like a gun, except smaller. No, that doesn't make... Oh my gosh, Dark. I was thinking because of smoke coming out of the barrel of a gun. and smoke like in a cigarette. Yeah, Dark is tired. I do think the incense has got into my head. And my nose is getting all stuffy. Probably because it's cold. I don't have like a... I should have the heater on, but that would just make me even more tired if I turned on the heater in my living room. So I don't want to do that. And yeah, my nose is getting all cluggy. But because... Yeah, that's something because... Cold and tired. Actually, no. Your nose gets stuffy when it's dry. I need to get my humidifiers out. I got my one out in my office, but I don't have my small one for the bedroom and my big one for the main room or for the kitchenette, living room, and like I guess bathroom technically. I should say I bought some drawers, and actually speaking of that, I gotta like rearrange stuff to get the humidifier out, and I'm gonna get I told myself yesterday I would put up my mini Christmas tree today, but I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Yeah, I bought some more shelving units, and then I filled most of them up with stuff already. I'm like, God damn it, I've got too much crap. I really need to get rid of some crap. I really do. Especially if I'm going back to the USA, I'm gonna bring back more crap. I'm gonna have to like clear out old clothes and whatnot, because I'm gonna probably buy clothes. I don't really have a lot of long sleeve shirts of any sort. I usually have short sleeve shirts. That's usually what's on sale. Yeah. Anyway, okay, I'm overthinking. I need to get back to the game. I'm not even at 2-hour mark, but I'm tired. Okay. Let's see. Smoking a cigarette. She's carrying a cyber deck, and an assault rifle is slung alongside it. She has the wide-eyed alertness of someone who's either supernaturally hyper-aware or has a lot of headwear. Her stance is easy and relaxed. It's the posture of someone who's ready to fight or flee at a moment's notice, but doesn't expect that she'll have to. Is that like a top wrap thing, and then her hair shaded, or is her hair gray and it's shaded green at the bottom? The woman nods her head at you, taking a drag in her cigarette. You must be Lore. I heard about that dust up at the Tiger's Den. Glad to see that you got out alive. Yeah, me too. You work with Utama and her crew? Nah, first time here. I'm just waiting for the rest of my crew to show up. The woman looks you up and down. You look exactly like I thought you would. Heard some stories about that business with Josephine Tsang. You can call me Triple Alpha, by the way. Us old runners, we gotta stick together, you know? You stand by your crew, they stand by you, and you can't count on anyone else. She pauses, or she purses her lips, looking around with an annoyed expression. Let's see. If my crew would ever frickin' get here, why am I always the first one on the scene anyway? I want to get out of the shadows and onto a beach. You look like you've seen a lot of action yourself. Alpha lets out a rough cackle. Man, you don't know the half of it. You tally up the runs I've been on, I think I might have seen more stuff than even Fast Jack. Who's that? I don't know who that is. I might not be as old as him, but I think that I take jobs a lot more regularly than he does. Who the fuck is Fast Jack? Is that someone from one of the other games that I don't really know. I've been to Los Angeles and Seattle, Hong Kong, and Berlin, and everywhere in between. If it's a weapon, I've fired it. If there's a corporation, I've run both for and against it. The woman gestures languidly with her cigarette as she speaks. Wow. It's never dull, I'll tell you that. How big of a team do you have? We've got a rigger, a mage, and an adept. I guess there's also our jack of all trades, too. She's not really very good at anything, but she's got a lot of heart. Totally unafraid to march alongside us, even if all she can manage is to plink away with that crappy pistol of hers. And then there's me. You can guess what I do. Alpha gestures to the cyber deck and assault rifle slung across her back. Why let your friend... Why is she I don't think she's a friend. Why let your friend tag along if she's not good at anything? Morale, mostly. She's younger than the rest of us and hasn't been sinless as long. We go to her if we need more down-to-earth opinion. Need a more down-to-earth opinion on things. Are you staying out of the shadows for good? So what are you going to do once you're out? Top one. Alpha shakes her head and stares off into the distance. Nah, I don't think so. I've been running the shadows for my whole life. It's all I've ever done. I don't know how to do anything else. This is more of a vacation. A break, if you will. I figure we take a break. Hit some beaches, take in the sights that are off the beaten path, and come back when we're rested. You keep doing the same thing forever, you're bound to burn out. Alpha glances sidelong at you and gives a little grin. You must get paid quite a lot to be able to take that much time off. She grins and shrugs sheepishly. I don't want to brag, but I'm kind of rolling in money, yeah. It's a little bittersweet, I guess. Not sure how long we're going to be out of the life. It'll be a few years at least. Damn! Sorry, that's a lot of money. To not be doing any type of any kind of job, you know. A lot of our gear, I only did one air quote, not two, because I have my left hand's on the controller. A lot of our gear and cyberware is getting old, and it's harder to keep up with the other runners out there. That kind of upgrade takes time, you know? Not only do you have to track down the new stuff, you have to recuperate and all that. I thought you couldn't put in new cyberware once you have cyberware installed already. At least game mechanic wise, that's the thing. Pretty sure we'll be back though, and when we are, she makes a low whistle and grins widely. Better watch out because we'll be top of the line. So what are you going to do once you're out? Aside from hit a nice beach somewhere? Not hit a nice beach? No, I said beach. I'm so tired. I thought I said bitch. Aside from hitting a nice bitch somewhere? Okay. I don't know. There's plenty of interesting stuff to see around the world. She takes a drag on her cigarette and ponders the question. I want to see some old ruins. Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome. You know, temples, castles, stuff like that. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I like history, so I'm always excited when I go to older cities like Rome or Athens. I was thinking Europe or the Middle East or you know, like parts of Africa. Heck, with as much money as I've got, maybe I'll take a trip into space and play tourist there, too. Never been to space before. See you later, Alpha. Centauri. Hey, you take care of yourself, okay? It's a rough world out there, and nobody's gonna look out for you except your crew and yourself. I like your style. I kind of feel like we've seen the same kind of runs. So watch your back, okay? She takes a long drag on her cigarette and flicks the butt away before lighting a new one. Those things will kill you, you know. Always, Alpha. I'm not going to say that. Good man. Never hurts to be careful. She touches two fingers to her brow in a wry salute. Good luck. I think we might run into each other again. After I've gotten upgraded and taken a bit of a break. Looking forward to it when it happens. Anyone else over here? God damn, there is someone. I still have to talk to my crewmates. Wait, you're alive? What the fuck? Back from our back from our gear. If you got the scratch, what? That's what you call it? I can hook you up. We don't have anything that says how did you survive getting out. Well, I guess we know what happened. What do you have? Let me see your magical items. Wait, what? Where's the magic? Okay, I'm kind of pissed off. What happened to the magic people? I mean, not that I have the money, but that's kind of weird. Okay. Okay. Let me walk around things. I just realized that's Captain Jomo. Well, everything seems to be more or less in one piece. Did you and Hugh get anything figured out? More to the point, do you know who we're fighting yet? Not yet. She wants me to meet her to go over what we have. Might as well get to it then, because we've got nothing. Oh, and Insu, hurry. These choppy waters are doing a number on my stomach, and I'm fresh out of Dramamine. But you have something to tell me? Hey again, welcome back. You find anything of use? No, not yet. Are you all here? Oh yeah, I forgot I can walk through all of you. So. Anything on my computer? Anything in BBS land? Oh, there is. Looking for a milk run. Oh god. Oh, Shinzen Joe, really? Experienced Decker and a fresh-faced team of runners looking for basic runs. Some contract your dullest jobs to us. Preferred, no jobs involving experimental stems, secret chem labs, escapes on mopeds, the walled city, underwater pipes, or ferrets. Just to be on the safe side. Message me. SJ, wouldn't taking on your dullest jobs make this milk run a bit too, milky? For this team, no, just this once. And I know that this sounds crazy, so hear me out. I want to go on a run where half the team doesn't get riddled with bullets, or dissolved in acid, or fed into a giant meat grinder. Call me crazy, but I think it'd be a nice change of pace. Hey SJ, I've got a mission that I could probably throw your way. It requires some discreet sewer dredging below a knight-errant facility. Security should be lax, and the stories about awakened crocodiles down there are probably just urban legends. You guys want in? What the fuck? First of all, it's underneath knight-errant, so it doesn't have lax. Second of all, really? Yes, perfect! TC, I don't think our partnership is going to work out. Where's Pinky Swear? Hello, Shadows. I'm trying to locate Pinky Swear. Last we heard, our paranoid friend was freaking out over robot ants, but it's been quite some time since we spoke. Truth be told, I'm getting genuinely worried. Any tips welcome. Any tips welcomed. Any tips welcome. Oh, no, I guess welcome. Jackie Chan. Not Chan. Yeah. About the haiku stalking. You got something? Spit it out. Well, it wasn't Jibot or Codex or whatever the Matrix rumor mill seems to believe. Jackie, as in with a J, I have a sinking feeling that I know what you're about to tell me. Yeah, it was me. After Pinky and I split up, Pinky never changed the door codes. When I figured that out, I thought I'd just, play a harmless prank. You've got a funny definition of harmless. She's probably in the middle of a psychotic break, running through the hills to escape a bunch of imaginary poetry ants. Well, if she's gone, we could raid her apartment. Wait, what? Okay, it wasn't just me being tired. This isn't grammatically correct at all. She has lots of loads of great gear, and she was probably too busy panicking to change the codes again. Fuck it, count me in. Jesus, people horrible. I gotta talk to her. I think I'm gonna talk. I thought I was all excited that I was gonna play a whole long time, but I am tired, man. But I will say there's basically about 2 more weeks left of classes for me for teaching, and then I'm doing a whole bunch of grading. So hopefully I'll be better well rested. Let's do a save. I did all the saving. Also, I forgot I have points. Chu's command trailer is strangely peaceful. The crew of systems experts that formerly manned the multitude of terminals inside are nowhere to be found. And the omnipresent hum of the trailer's computer banks has fallen silent. The senior inspector glances up from her desk, half turning to face you. Good, you're here, The sentence trails to nothing as she squeezes her eyes shut, wincing. Her hands go up to rub her temples. Yeah. Another headache, huh? Yeah, migraine. She rubs her temples with both hands. Feels like someone lit a fire behind my eyes. If I were you, I'd get that checked out. Utama must have a doctor stashed away somewhere. I mean, I met him. That drain still bothering you? Do the top one. She waves your suggestion off. I'll be fine. I already know what's causing this, and it won't be a problem anymore. I ditched it, and Lam turned on. I ditched it, and Lam turned on us. The necklace, you mean? She nods grimly. Yeah, it hurt to use, like looking through lenses ground to someone else's prescription. Oh gosh, that's horrible. I've done that before. Oh golly, yeah. Made the drain from spellcasting hurt more too. Truth is, I've been in constant pain for the last couple of months. Cost of doing business, I guess. That why? How about that's why you've been so short-tempered? And you look like you have a migraine. And what's the phrase? RBF, resting bitch face. I'd be a lot more sympathetic if you hadn't fucked. Ah, shut up with that. Sorry to hear, but you're tough. Pull through it. That's why you've been so short-tempered. Well, some of that was just me, but the pain didn't help any. I'm still recovering from the impact of wearing that thing for months on end, and I soaked up some nasty drain breaking us out of that trap. I'm not 100%, and I probably won't be for months. Suck it up, you. We've got a job to do. I don't need you at 100%. Get me into a room with Crate, and I'll handle the rest. Maybe we should wait until you're recovered. We'll be safe here until then. She shakes her head. No way. We've got to make a move in the next couple of days, tops. If we wait until I'm fully healed, say a month or two, it might be too late. It's fair to assume that Crate's client has some sort of agenda, one that's hostile to Mitsuhama's interests. I have to get to the bottom of this before they achieve it. She shakes her head to clear it. Like what I just did to my own head, because of my eyes, gritting her teeth in discomfort. We've got a job to do, Laura. Headache or no, I intend to do it. What is this? Hang on, there are a couple of things that I want to discuss with you before getting into this. She sighs heavily, rubs the bridge of her nose. Yeah, okay. I guess I owe you some answers. Go ahead and say what you want to say. You've got my attention. Tell me more about your magic. I need to know more about your capabilities before we enter the field again. What you saw in the Tiger's Den is what you get. I can make you move faster. I can make your aim better. Wait, you can't make me move faster. He doesn't have haste. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay. And I can reduce small groups of assholes to their component atoms. And in a pinch, I'm a crack shot with my duty weapon. So I've got that going for us too. That's about it. That's what I can do. But like I said, I'm not operating at peak efficiency right now. Truth be told, I'm having trouble staying upright. Another hit of drain like that last one, and I'll be in trouble. Let's make sure that it doesn't come to that. Something else I wanted to talk to you about? Go ahead then. You told Lam that you suspected Ku, but not him. Why? Because he was an idealist, a damned cheerleader, truth be told. He was always moralizing, going on about the standards that we need to hold ourselves to. She grinds her teeth in aggravation. He used to harp on and on about transparency and accountability, and how we were supposed to serve the public first and the council second. Idealists, so it could be he's lying, or idealists are more dangerous than pragmatists in my experience. Yeah, well, you're not wrong there. Obviously, my trusting Lam was a mistake. Okay, I'm satisfied. Show me the PDA. Now, she better not be holding other crap out on me. I don't think she's that type of person, but you never know. I guess we did kill Ku and I didn't realize it. I don't know if they said Ku anywhere on the name list, so that's why I was confused. Well, actually, I don't know if we did kill him, but I guess we did. Unless we find him later, and then I'm like, oh, okay, he ran off or something. You fish Lam, and I just don't remember. Yeah. You fished Lam's PDA out of the evidence bag that you had you put it in. The device is in bad shape. Its case warped and bent, but the screen winks on at your command. The display is streaked with Lam's dried blood. It looks like a red gelatin and watery. You can just make out the text underneath. If there is a intelligence check, I will. What's my intelligence right now? There's an intelligence. No, I would only be at 7. There's no way that could. It would probably be 8 or 9. The display streaked with mom's dried blood. It looks like a red gelatin. You can make out blah, blah, blah. Browse the PDA's file system. Oh God, really, game? So many choices. I'll be right back. I need to take a moment. Whoa! No! Stop! Why? Why does everything act weird when I touch it? Okay. Alright. Move seats over. Wait, is there water still in there? A little bit. Just leave it over there. Lam Andy, secure mailboxes, inbox, outbox, live chat, trash bin, junk mail. Let's go in order. Inbox. Read the first message. Package delivery, standing orders. Whose first name was Wallace? I forgot what voice I gave Ku. Everything is ready on our end. Now you need to hold up your end of the deal. The package has to be delivered before the wild card leaves the evidence room, or this whole thing is going to get messy. I'm the package, I guess. Making me the wild card. She rolls her eyes. What an idiot. If he wanted to speak in code, he could have been a little less obvious about it. If things do get messy, it's your ass, Lom. Crate wants this to go by the numbers, and that means both the package and the wild card caught in the same trap. We can't chance the package catching a bullet before we can question her, and a firefight in the hallway could raise questions. You know your job. Do it well, and you'll get what you were promised. Cool. Things didn't go the way they planned. Crate must be pissed. Who was the task force magical interrogator, right? The pockmarked guy who worked me over before you got to me. The top one. I hope that she's furious. Hell, I hope that she chokes on it. Let's see. Read the second message. From Crate. Mr. Lam. Much as I appreciate your concern for the citizens of Hong Kong, it is not your place to question my tactics. The behavior of the SDU is none of your concern. The changes that you hope to see will never come about while Mitsuhama is viewed favorably by the Executive Council. Our client wants to see its reputation tarnished, and a certain amount of heavy-handedness on our part is necessary to make that happen. It's all part of the plan, Senior Inspector. You do your job, and let me do mine. Great. Alright, so that's where Crate and her people come into this. The massacre at the end of the Kowloon City riots, the police brutality that led to the riots in the first place, they were all intended to hurt Mitsuhama's PR. What's the end goal? Why would anyone spend this much money to take the reputation of their own police force? The message said something about changes. It was pretty hazy on the details, though. Maybe Crate's client wants to scuttle the police, turn Hong Kong into an anarchist state like Berlin. Taking out civil authority could be the first stage of a military coup. The top one. Yeah, hazy. Let's keep reading. Well, not in that. Outbox. Okay, I'm in. Justice. Alright, Ku. I've reconsidered your proposal and I want in. You were right. Chu is a lost cause. She's corporate to the bone, and trying to argue with her is like talking to a brick wall. She doesn't give a damn about what the HKPF is. Fuck! I wasn't thinking because I'm tired. About what the HKPF needs or its wants or something, probably. Oh, fuck you, you little weasel. At least I didn't turn on my own people for a paycheck. It's funny, I used to be such an idealist. I joined the HKPF because I wanted to help people, but that isn't what this organization is about, whatever the recruiters say. Good cops don't have a place in Mitsutama's police force. The corporate culture of the HKPF either changes them if they're weak, or chews them up if they're strong. Either way, they wind up broken, and I can't be a part of that machine anymore. Same difference. The big change you're talking about, it's a change to fix things. A real honest-to-God chance. And so, as much as I hate your methods, I'm going to help you. I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I want the HKPF to be better, and this is a chance to make that happen. A remote chance, maybe, but it's better than nothing. Sounds like he's expecting some sort of shakeup in the HKPF. Her frown deepens. Yeah, sounds that way. Tell Crate I'm in. I can bring you to, and I can help you to dismantle this task force. But you should know that if you've been bullshitting me, if things don't change for the better, I'm coming after you. You can count on that, Mom. Learning a mage like Hu is rarely a good idea. Lam would have gotten himself killed if he tried anything. Still, we learned something here. Lam was convinced that Crate and her people were working towards some sort of shakeup in the HKPF, a big change. What kind of change do you think they're talking about? Not sure yet. I don't want to speculate until we've pulled everything out of this PDA that we can. Let's keep reading and see what else we can turn up, and keep questioning everything until we find it, because that's going to be annoying. Read the second message. Irene. What was that? I don't know. Irene, I know that you have every reason to hate the police, but hear me out. What happened to your family was wrong. I'm going to do everything I can to make it right. Oh, I should have started from the bottom to the top. I think I'll try to do that the next time. Although I don't think we have messages anymore. I can't bring your husband back, but I can help make sure that the constables who killed him pay for their crime. Big changes are coming, I promise. Oh no, I guess not. Yeah, I guess it's top to bottom. Between then and now, please allow me to cover your mortgage payments. I've recently come into a large sum of money, and I want you to have it. Consider it a show of good faith until I can bring you the justice that you deserve, Lam. Was that one of the people? I don't know. I don't know anything about this. She frowns. Must have been related to some old case of Lam's from before he got assigned to the task force. Or maybe it was a personal thing. A friend of his or a romantic interest. It was someone he cared about, that much is clear. Feels like a motive to me. This woman's husband died, Lam felt guilty, and he signed on with Crate to try and make amends. Sounds like Lam blamed HKPF culture for this woman's family tragedy. Personal crusades have been started for less. I don't give a damn with what altruistic goal Lam was chasing. He tried to kill us, and he got what he deserved. I'll do the middle one. Yeah, sure. Grouping up the people responsible for the Kowloon City massacre out of guilt, though. She shakes her head. What kind of ass-backward thinking is that? The kind that idealists and zealots have always used to justify their actions. Nothing new about it. Top one. Might be the middle one. This whole thing raises more questions than it answers. Let's keep looking. What? Of course we're going to do this. God, I don't like them keep... Read the third message. This message has been corrupted. A meaningless stream of garbled text fills the screen. Well, okay, I guess that kind of makes sense by the name of it. Alright, live chat. Oh god, live chat about me? Did you authorize the second mind probe of Tae while he was unconscious? I'm looking at the transcript of his interview, and he insists that 2 mages were screwing around with his brain last night. No, I was against you having him scanned in the first place, remember? Why would I give authorization for two different mages to poke around in his brain? Oh! I don't know. Maybe you wanted two sets of findings to check against one another? I know that you have trust issues where magic is concerned. I didn't authorize anything, Lam. And unless we have a second magical interrogator that I don't know about on the task force, I'm going to go ahead and guess that he's making it up. So, what? You just want to dismiss this? You don't think it warrants further investigation? In a perfect world, I'd tell you to knock yourself out. But right now, in the world that we live in, there's no time for that. We're too close to Crate to go hunting for a mystery mage who may or may not exist. ... The council doesn't want any more delays, Lam. Neither does Mitsuhama. So drop it and do your job. I don't want to have to tell corporate about this. Alright, Fee. Oh, Fee for Fiona. Okay, Fee. You win. I was like, it's you. It's you. It's you. I'm confused. Okay, yeah. You win for now. But this discussion isn't over. Yeah, Lam, it is. Keep going, Laura. Let's see what else there is to see. I don't comment about that. Junk mail. Oh, wait. Where's trash bin? Trash bin. I don't think I'm going to search junk mail. Lam's junk mail folder is packed to the gills with all manner of unsolicited messages. Scam mail, advertisements for everything from illicit drugs to designer electronics. Wow, even secure police files have spam messaging. I don't understand how that is. And countless pornographic images fill the screen. It'd take days to sort through all of this for anything useful, and searching by trial and error will likely expose the PDA to a whole host of nasty worms and viruses. Remind me never to open my own junk folder. I'm so confused why they would allow that, other than, I guess, whoever those third-party people make money off of. Yeah. Seems weird to me that they have that. Search the junk mail folder for tagged messages. Oh! Fuck, I have to go back to that. Okay. Return to the main menu. We're gonna have to come back to that. Trash bin. A little digging reveals a file buried in the PDA's trash can. Looks like Lam intended to get rid of it, but he died before he got around to pulling the trigger on it. Read the uncovered file. Mr. Koo tells me that you accepted our offer. Welcome aboard. Once you've delivered Qiu, report to me and we'll have you relocated to the Taipo facility. You'll be safe there. We have the location under 24-hour guard, for obvious reasons. From there on out, all you need to do is keep your head down and count your money. You keep up your end, and you're soon to be a very wealthy and influential man. Okay. If Crate's client, whoever it is, has something worth guarding in Taipo, then that's what we need to check out next. Let's keep going. This is good intel, but we need to get everything out of this PDA that we can. So Taipo. I hit the wrong button. Ding-a-ding-a-doo-doo. Files tagged typo. One file found. Good catch, Lord. Or good catch, Lord. Okay. Don't make me regret the fact that I brought you onto this team. Quit, haranguing? I don't know this word already. Quit haranguing Crate with your high-minded bullshit. She's a busy woman and she doesn't want to hear it. Crate is a businesswoman. She isn't in this to change things. She just wants to get paid. If you keep harping about what the people need, you're gonna piss her off, and then we'll both land on her shit list. I get that you have ideals. I respect that. I respect them. But repeat this to yourself until it sinks in. The people aren't paying us. Ares is. Okay, so I'm going to look up Ares next, maybe. Oh my god, did I almost give that one person over to Ares? No, it was to Fuchi. From Fuchi to another. It wasn't Ares. We do what they say. Sometimes that means hurting people. Sock up and deal with it. Shit. This is true, we've got problems. Ares macro technology is even bigger than Mitsuhama is, and Ares Asia Holdings has a major presence on the Executive Council. Remember, Lam, ultimately, everything we're doing is for the greater good. Just wait until you see what's happening in Tai Po with your own eyes. The change that you are looking for is coming, and as long as everything goes according to plan, it'll be here before you know it. Play it cool, and everything will be just fine. Obviously, whoever we were up against was going to have access to money and resources. I expected that, but Ares? Well, that's damn near a worst-case scenario for us. She gestures feebly on the screen. Keep reading if you want. I have to think about this for a minute. Let's do Ares. Oh, never mind. God damn it. Okay. I think that's everything we're gonna get from it. I don't think there's anything else. She accepts the device, a grim expression on her face. Yeah. Thinking that maybe you're right. Ju turns the PDA over in her hand and flips off the device power switch. The screen flickers and dies. She rubs her eyes, drawing your attention to the dark hollows beneath them. Alright, so here's what we've got. Crate and her people are working for Ares. They're trying to tank Mitsuhama's reputation with the Executive Council so that they can bring about some kind of change inside the HKPF. And they've got a facility in Tai Po that they're keeping under heavy guard. It's presumably related to this change in some way. Sounds about right to me. It isn't much, but it's something. At least we know who's holding Crate's leash. The answer to that question isn't particularly comforting, but it's better than not knowing at all. We also know where we're going next. Tai Po, that's where we'll finish this. Maybe it's time to call those friends at Mitsuhama back, huh? This is what they've been looking for, isn't it? Yeah, but it's not definitive proof. Here's the million union question. Is it enough to take to the Executive Council? I don't think so. Like I told you before, my credibility is pretty low at this point, and I don't think that anyone on the council is likely to risk pointing the finger at Ares without more proof to go on. I'll call them, but I can't make any promises. Go back to your boat, Lore. Talk to your team. I'll call you when I know more. Got it. I'll go talk to them. But actually, before I go back to the boat, because I know we're going to be roped into more dialogue options, I'm going to, well, spend karma and then save and call tonight, because I am tired. I apologize, folks. I'll probably play tomorrow. You know, I forgot to message my sister. She usually doesn't want to play on Saturday nights, so... because she has a life. Unlike me. Probably play Sunday night. So, expect more than likely that I'll play tomorrow night also. But first, I could do charisma, but I don't want charisma. I want intelligence. All right, what will our team say about the small yet still significant amount of revelations that you and I found out on Lam's PDA? Find out next time as we continue this trail of intrigue and mystery and corrupt leasing of HKPF and Shadowrun Hong Kong Extended Edition. I hope you all have a very good rest of the day, night, or anywhere in between. Stay safe out there, folks, and goodbye. Don't know why I'm moving the camera around like that, but I am. Goodbye.